Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my 31 to 32 week pregnancy update. We are almost there, guys. We're almost at the end. I want to apologize for the lighting. The light's going to go in and out because I use natural lighting and it's kind of a crappy day here in Florida, so the sun's going in and out, so you'll probably see that. So I want to apologize for that. And if you've watched my videos, you already know I'm gonna apologize for my loud little 16-month-old who runs around. But anyways, moving right along, I don't have much to update you guys on this week. For the past 2 weeks, my symptoms have kind of been the same, so I don't really have all that much new information to give you guys. I haven't had an appointment. I have a doctor's appointment this upcoming Monday, so that appointment will be, in the upcoming pregnancy update. So I'll let you guys know about that one. That one's gonna be, just a normal checkup, and it's also gonna be going over the ultrasound I just had done a few weeks back. So anyways, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe if you like this video. And if you are a current subscriber, then welcome back. And let's go ahead and jump right into the video. The first thing I want to talk about is weight gain. That's one thing I get asked about a lot, is how much weight I've gained this pregnancy, versus this time my last pregnancy. And the difference is huge. You guys have heard me rant about this during many of my pregnancy updates, and how I talked about in total I gained 60 pounds with my daughter, which was my first pregnancy. And this time I'm 33 weeks as of this Friday, and I've only put on 16 pounds. I've gained 1 pound in the past 2 weeks. And by this point, last time I didn't do updates like I do during this pregnancy, and I wish I would have, because then I could have known exactly how much weight I had gained. But if I gained 60 pounds in total and I'm sort of almost at the end, I'd have to say I was at least 40 pounds heavier than I was to start with. And that just blows my mind. I was just talking to my husband about that the other day, that it's like, holy cow, I've only gained 16 pounds, and this time last pregnancy I was literally like 40 pounds heavier. And that is just so crazy. Now, I know that every woman is different. Everybody's gonna gain weight differently. So me only gaining 16 pounds, and let's say you yourself are pregnant and you've gained 20 somewhat pounds, that doesn't mean that that's unhealthy. Everybody just gains weight differently. And the first time that I had put on the weight, it was completely and utterly unhealthy, and I am the first to admit that. I ate whatever the heck I wanted, when I wanted, how much I wanted, and I never worked out, not one day during my whole pregnancy. And this time, you guys know, I'm in the gym 3 to 4 days a week, more if I can. My meals are good 6 out of the 7 days a week. It's so crazy how different they are. And like I said, it doesn't really matter necessarily that I've only gained 16 if you've gained 25. That doesn't mean that your weight gain is any different than mine. It's just all based on how tall you are, etc. And my doctor said my weight gain is perfect. And for somebody my size, I'm 5'4", and for somebody my size, he said that I would gain anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds. So I've gained 16 pounds, and every time I've seen him, he's never been worried about it. So I'm not gonna be worried about it. I'm proud of myself for sticking to my diet and sticking to my healthy habits, and for getting my butt in the gym, because let's be honest, taking care of a toddler and being pregnant are quite difficult, and the gym is sometimes the last thing on my mind, or the last thing that I want to do. But every time I go, I'm so happy when I leave there. I'm like, wow, I'm glad I did that. Even if I'm only there for 45 minutes, which is 99% of the time. My workouts are anywhere from 45 to an hour long. And if I'm in there for only 45 minutes, hey, I'm proud of myself, and any amount of time or any workout is better than no workout. The second thing I wanted to touch on, which you guys are probably so sick of hearing and I'm so sick of talking about, are my freaking headaches. And those have kind of made a comeback within the last couple weeks, and knock on wood, the last couple days I haven't had a headache, but prior to that, like all last week, I had a headache like every single day, and I was like, what the heck? I thought, you know, this was the point in time that they were just gone, and no, I was wrong. They came back, but like I said, fortunately for this week, they've sort of lessened out, but that doesn't mean tomorrow I won't wake up with a headache. So I just kind of take it one day at a time, and if I feel like crap, like if I wake up with a horrible headache and I just can't function, I do not go to the gym, and I do minimal activities, and I generally keep a clean house, but if I don't feel good, I'm not gonna clean my house. I'm not gonna do unnecessary things when I just don't feel good. So that's something that's also been back lately, which is no fun. Another question I get asked a lot is if I plan on having a vaginal birth, or if I, you know, had a C-section last time, etc. I did make a birth story for my daughter, which was my first pregnancy. I have a birth story which I'll link below for you guys if you want to watch that. But basically, in a nutshell, I had a vaginal birth with my daughter, and my labor started on its own, but I couldn't finish on my own, if that makes sense. Like my contractions lessened out, which meant that they had to give me Pitocin to re-induce it, I guess, or to continue the labor, I should say. So that happened to me last time, so I kind of sort of expect that this time around. I was overdue with her as well. I was, I think I went into labor at like 41 weeks and a couple days, 4 days maybe. And so I was overdue, or no, it wasn't 41 weeks. It was like 40 weeks, 4 days or something is when I was scheduled. And it's funny because I'm not gonna go too in depth in case you watch the video, but I was scheduled for an induction the day before I went. I was scheduled for an induction the next day. So I started labor, and the next day I was supposed to have an induction that morning. And like I said, I ended up having to be induced anyways because I couldn't finish labor on my own. So, but labor did start for me by itself. So I sort of expect to be overdue this time around. But you never know. Every pregnancy is different, and every woman's different, and you know, every baby's different. So you never know how your body's gonna be. I don't technically have like a birth plan per se. I do and I don't. And that's just because you just never know. And I'm just not the type of person who's gonna sit here and say, I'm gonna have a vaginal birth, this is how it's gonna go with my blah, 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 because you just don't know how it's gonna be when you're in that moment. And this time I am planning on having a vaginal birth just because that's what I had the first time. And you know, potentially I could have a C-section. My mind is prepared for that, but obviously I don't know until I'm there. Another question I get asked is, do I plan on an epidural? Yes, absolutely. I do plan on having the epidural. I had the epidural my first time, and it's amazing. I give so much props to the women who can go into the hospital and have a natural birth, or natural births at home even. My pain tolerance girl is just not there. And so I give major respect and props to the women who can do it without one. But doesn't mean it's not hard work with an epidural. But anyways, I do plan on having that as well. But yeah, those were the two questions I think that I mainly get asked. If you have any other questions for me regarding like the birth plan or anything, leave them below and I can answer them in my next video. Those are just the top two that I get asked. Another thing this week, which was happening in my last pregnancy update, and maybe even the one before that, is experiencing Braxton Hicks, and I am still experiencing them like crazy. And sometimes it worries me because I feel that I'm getting them so often, and I don't remember that with my first pregnancy. But like I said, I didn't document the way that I do now, so there's no way to know for sure if I experience them just the same way that I'm experiencing them now. I don't know, but I definitely don't remember them being this way. And then also with me working out, I experience them a lot at the gym. And I had told you guys that I brought that up to my doctor, and he said that was fine. It's only a worry if, like, you know, I'm walking on the treadmill and I get such bad contractions that I can't move anymore and I can't breathe anymore and I can't talk through them, then it's a problem. But I haven't had any like that, so far so good. And maybe he might make an early appearance because I'm working out. So I might be that girl at the gym whose water breaks and it's time to go to the hospital. But anyways, yes, still experiencing a lot of Braxton Hicks. I have days where I will feel absolutely like garbage and so tired, and no matter what time it is, no matter if I drink a cup of coffee or if I don't, I'm just so beyond exhausted. Even with, you know, 8-9 hours of sleep per night, it's just, some nights I'm so exhausted I go to bed at like 7:30 and I'm just that tired. And then there's the days where I am like a powerhouse mom, where I feel like I can get anything done, I can accomplish anything I set out to do, just because my energy is just so up and down. And I feel like that's so hard, because the days that I have all this energy, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get all of this done, and whatever I don't get done, I'll do tomorrow. And then it's like tomorrow comes and that's the day that I don't feel good. And I'm like, okay, well, that ruined my plan, you know? But I just kind of take things one day at a time and do what I can. Fortunately for me, I'm a stay-at-home mama, so I can kind of chill with her and, you know, snuggle with her or play with her and not have to do 1,000,004 things like I feel like I need to do whenever I have that much energy. But yes, the exhaustion is definitely there. Not every day, but it's made a comeback. Something I mentioned before that I'm just gonna quickly touch on is the pelvic pain that I've been experiencing. I experienced this for sure in my last pregnancy, and towards the end of my pregnancy last time, I could barely walk because of how much pain I was in down there. And it was just so much pressure and rolling over and everything hurt so bad. And I'm starting to get that again. And it's not as bad or as severe as it was like my last pregnancy, but I am only 32 weeks, technically 33 weeks on Friday. So it's still early, but right now I definitely have a lot of pressure, but it's not unbearable. It's not something that I can't work through. And I hope it doesn't get as bad as it did last time, because I just remember being in tears and just, you know, flipping over in the middle of the night and, you know, or needing to get up to pee, and my husband would have to give me like a little push out of bed just to help me get up, because that's how much pain I was in. And it was terrible. So I'm hoping that it's not anything like that again this time, but I guess we'll just have to see in the upcoming weeks. I'll keep you guys updated. The last thing I'm gonna mention is a craving, and I think I've mentioned it before, but I have been craving chocolate like nobody's business. And I opt for the healthier chocolate options, not always, but 98% of the time I do. So I buy like, you know, like a chocolatey cereal that's like healthy. So right now I'm currently eating the Special K, like the chocolate one, and I'll have a little bowl of that before bed, and that'll satisfy my sweet tooth craving. But lately, I don't know what it is, but I want M&Ms. And the other day it was donuts. It's just, I want like the sweet stuff so bad. So I told my husband that this weekend we have to curl up and cuddle on the couch and watch scary movies, you know, for the Halloween spirit, and I'm gonna eat some M&Ms. So told him he better not come home empty-handed after work on Friday, because mama needs M&Ms. So we're gonna do that. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this pregnancy update. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you found it helpful. Like I said, comment below if you guys have any questions about anything. I'll be happy to answer them. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And before you go, I'm gonna show you guys my bump, my big belly. Not a bump anymore, I should say. So I'm gonna show you guys that, and I will see you guys in my next update. Bye. Okay guys, this is the dress I wore at my baby shower, by the way, but I'm wearing it today because I love this dress. But this is my front bump. It's quite massive, if I do say so myself. So there's front and there's side bump. So as you can see, he's a big boy. So